the price only goes up the longer you wait. I mean, that's obvious. It's 100% obvious, and I'm sure it's 100% obvious to Jerry Jones as well. And the same thing with CeeDee Lamb. I mean, at some point, Justin Jefferson's going to get the bag. You know, like it's going to arrive finally in Minnesota. It's going to happen. They're not going to let him walk. Not with J.J. McCarthy. Just got a rookie. You know, they got a J.J. to throw to him. You know what I mean? So it's only gonna be a matter of time. So what is it? Does he really want to see Dak Prescott get to the NFC Championship game before he signs him again, fully knowing that if he does wait even that long, he's now entering a new cycle of quarterbacks that could beat Joe Burrow, who might get beaten by either one of these guys, Jordan Love or Tua, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, is that really what's at stake here with this?
I mean, I think like the crazy thing is this is a rake that Jerry Jones keeps stepping on. You know what I mean? Like, now there are examples of having done deals early, but those turned out great for the Cowboys. Like Tyron Smith is an excellent example of like where they went in early with Tyron Smith, who's probably a Hall of Fame left tackle, and they wound up keeping him at a reasonable rate for the entirety of his time with the Dallas Cowboys, which was 13 years, you know, right up until this offseason when he leaves for the Jets. When they've waited, it's cost them. It cost them with Zach Martin. It cost them with DeMarcus Lawrence. It cost them with Des Bryant. And so it just feels like they're back in one of those situations where, you know, if you're the player and you've waited this long and they've taken you into a contract year, which with both CeeDee and Dak they've done, well, you know, now you're going to ask for more. It's almost the reverse of what the Eagles have done. Like the Eagles have done great business by getting things done early, right? Like they're constantly getting in front of these things. And that's why, like, if you look at the Eagles over the years, like they have like these deals that seem to mature into really good deals for the team. Now they look like huge money when the players get paid, right? But, you know, like they paid Jalen Hurts almost right away when he became eligible for a deal. Devontae Smith this offseason got paid right away. A.J. Brown, they went in and redid his deal when they probably didn't have to. The Eagles have been very aggressive right there in their division.
Yeah, and even when it backfires, like Wentz, they figure out a way to get around it. And obviously Jalen Hurts helped in that process, you know, but that's why it just is a total head scratcher when you know that you have to sign the other people. And if you make some sort of a much more cap friendlier deal because you have extended, then you can afford I really.
What about that? What about this? What about what you wait for Jordan Love? Like, do you think Dak Prescott's going to take less than Jordan Love?
Of course not. Even though the fact that we're in this predicament, if you will, that the predicament that we're discussing occurred because Jordan Love one and done Dak. And that reaction that Jones has had to that has led to this conversation that I think is a legitimate one to have, to be honest with you. All of this stuff, and I know a lot of fans, Albert, might be sitting here thinking, you know what? Well, you know, it's all generationally enriching money. Like, what does it matter? Because you build rosters based off of all this. Like we're getting to the point where we'll be nearing, unless the cap goes up appreciably, maybe a quarter of your cap will be given to a quarterback that may or may not have only 2-3 career playoff appearances, let alone wins, you know? And that's the way that we're doing business, with a bunch of backups that don't have time to get up to speed because they don't have the practice time due to the collective bargaining agreement that led to a lot of other stuff. And that's the way that the NFL, whoever figures out that Rubik's Cube the best, will have the best chance to, you know, win it all. Like, that's the answer.
That's part of why I brought up the example of Jared Goff in Los Angeles. Is that the way that they're starting to view Dak now, where it's like, you know, Goff, like, is this now Goff in 2020? Is Dak in 2024, where it's like, we love him, but is he going to be able to put us over the top? Can we rely on him to be that guy who is making all of that money and can make up the difference with his play? You know, some of those questions getting asked can lead you to be hesitant and trigger shy as far as, you know, getting a deal done. So, you know, but again, like, you know, what generally pushes things across the goal line with quarterbacks is like what's behind door number 2. And what's behind door number 2 here is a franchise tag number that, believe it or not, for 2025 would be nearly $80 million. So you're not going to franchise tag him. So he's going to become a free agent, and then you're at the mercy of the market. And oh, by the way, if you're at the mercy of the market, you've probably also pissed your player off to the point where if he can get something equal somewhere else, is he going somewhere else for a similar price instead of staying with you, just because he doesn't like the fact that he was dragged out over the last couple of years? There's a lot of those dynamics at work here, and it's, again, I think it's a fascinating situation. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to find some compromise again before camp, but obviously the price has gone way up because the Cowboys have waited.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.